Stop it.
Let's go.
Hello, welcome to Game On, the show that brings with it a barrage of intellectual thought, a measure of creative genius, and a demonstration in professionalism.
Then throws them all in the bin and plays some video games. Coming up this week.
Modern Warfare 3.
007 rebooted.
And Nintendo.
Nintendo what?
Nintendo. Just Nintendo.
I'm just bouncing off clouds and balloons for the long jump. You never see this.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Heard of that one, Dan?
Possibly.
Undoubtedly one of the biggest, if not the biggest, releases of the year.
There's always a lot of hype, there's usually some criticism from gamers, but in the end, it'll still sell more copies than you've had hot dinners.
Well, I should hope so. Black Ops has shifted like 20 million copies. If I'd had that many hot dinners, Dan, I would be morbidly obese, if not dead.
Look, you just have to take everything literally, don't you?
Helps to keep things in perspective.
Yeah, well, Modern Warfare 3 is now literally just around the corner.
Is it though?
Okay, no, not...
Well, exactly. You're misleading the viewers.
You're misleading your face.
That doesn't make sense.
Literally.
Whether this makes sense or not, we went along to have a go on the revamped Spec Ops mode and grill. Did we grill him, Dan?
Like healthy bacon.
Infinity Ward's creative strategist Robert Bowling, asking him the questions that matter.
Yeah, like what are his thoughts on modernwarfare3.com, the site created by Battlefield fans who are unimpressed by what they think is the most overhyped game franchise in the history of creation.
Well, my favorite game of all time is Modern Warfare.
Silence! What is all this insolence?
Well, I mean, ModernWarfare3.com was a fan-owned domain, so we really don't mess with fans. We let them just do whatever they want to do.
Yeah, it sounds like Robert doesn't quite realise his game was being mocked, and by Monty Python, no less.
The fact of the matter is, not everyone is a fan of Call of Duty, but should they be?
The new game will use the same engine as Modern Warfare 2, so nothing particularly new in a technical sense.
But what can gamers look forward to keep them hooked?
Someone's head just exploded in my face.
Well, Modern Warfare 3 is picking up right where Modern Warfare 2 took off. So from a story standpoint, DC's burning, but now the war's escalated to major cities all around the world. You're fighting as Delta Force in New York, you're in London, you're in Paris, you're in parts of Germany, Africa, and Russia. It's a conflict that's taking over the entire world.
Some might call that a world war, Rob.
There've been a couple.
We're adding in a lot of new gameplay mechanics, like the ability to have a dual scope system. So on the fly, you can change your style based on the environment. So you might have a magnifying scope for the long-range targets. You can on the fly flip that down to a red dot or EOTech that's already on the weapon, so you can engage targets close range.
You know, that does sound handy. So many times I've found myself caught short because I've only got a red dot sight in my bag.
I don't know whether to laugh or question the fact that you carry a firearm around with you. It's weird. As for the return of Spec Ops mode, this is something we're quite excited about. A co-op element that isn't just fending off wave after wave of zombies.
Yeah, the challenge missions of Modern Warfare 2 were an entertaining bonus for those who weren't totally obsessed with going online and poning some noobs.
Poning the noobs.
Thankfully, they'll be back, along with
a brand new survival mode, which is infinite waves of enemies that allows you to constantly rank up, unlock new stuff, and fight new guys.
Hang on, doesn't that just sound like a zombies thing without the undead bit?
Yeah, it sounds more like an alive mode.
Of course, with something as big as Modern Warfare 3, there's so much everyone wants to know.
Which is why we took your questions to Robert Bowling and passed them off as our own.
Yeah, cheers for saving us a lot of legwork there, folks.
We can't talk about multiplayer in detail yet, but we're revamping the way kill streak systems work. We have a lot of cool new game modes, but we'll be talking about that later. Well, I mean, the single player is all about being that very intense cinematic experience. So, we let the story dictate the pacing. I can't say yet because we're not done. There's still a lot of work to do, but I mean, we're always looking at delivering on that experience. I think Modern Warfare 3, most importantly, has everything for every type of gamer. Whether you're a super competitive multiplayer guy, or you're a more casual guy, or you're in it for that single player experience, regardless of what type of shooter fan you're, it gives you something for everyone. So I think any shooter fan should be picking them up.
Never seduced a lady with talk of Call of Duty, eh?
To be honest, I think the only way to do that is to tell her that you don't play it into the small hours of the morning, trash talking with that obnoxious American kid who's on Xbox Live.
That's the best part, Dan. Every girl wants to hear that.
Not bowled over by Bowling's somewhat evasive answering of our questions, we decided to test his knowledge, powers of persuasion and ability to count all at the same time.
With 30 seconds to tell us why to buy, with no repetition, hesitation or deviation, this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Modern Warfare 3 hard sell.
All right. You should definitely pick up Modern Warfare 3 because it is a platform that allows you to have fun any way you want to have fun. If you're that cinematic single player dude, you have that. If you're the co-op dude sitting on your couch online with a buddy, split screen, however you want to play it, you can do that. More importantly, we have Spec Ops Survival Mode that brings all the cool stuff from multiplayer like progressive ranking, unlocks, kill streaks to allow you to change up your tactics as the enemy changes up theirs because they're constantly throwing new stuff at you. Infantry, dogs, kamikaze dogs, juggernauts, juggernauts with explosive, juggernauts with riot shields, chemical guys, air support.
Did pretty well there, I think. Obviously ran over a bit. But...
yeah, I'd also deduct some points for sounding a bit like my nan after one too many sherries.
To allow you to change up your tactics as the enemy changes up theirs.
Now, Bond, listen carefully.
I'm listening, but that's not my name.
Well, I know that I'm not talking to you. You clearly missed the big announcement this week.
Yeah, it wasn't a big announcement if I don't know about it.
Listen, it was a huge announcement. GoldenEye, everyone's favourite game from yesteryear, is getting a makeover again and being reworked, recocked and reloaded.
It's not that funny a word, really, is it?
Recocked.
Just a year after it was remade for the Wii, GoldenEye will be making its way onto PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 this autumn, courtesy of developer Eurocom, in the form of GoldenEye 007 Reloaded.
For our American viewers, this fall. So we met up with Activision producer James Steer to get the steer on what's going on.
Yeah, when we got there, he said, "Do you expect me to talk?" And we said, "Yes, James, this is an interview."
Reloaded is about bringing our great legendary GoldenEye story that we developed for our Wii game in 2010 to high-definition gamers for the first time.
Using my super secret agent powers of deduction, I'd say this sounds like a simple ported version of GoldenEye for the Wii.
Well, you would fail the MI6 entrance exam then, because you are wrong.
It's the same storyline, but because it's a new engine and it's a new AI system, the game will play slightly different, but you are playing through the same story in the same locations.
So basically it's the game that last year's Wii version should have been.
Well, that's a little bit harsh. 007 GoldenEye was a good game, but being on the Wii meant it didn't really stand up to the powerhouse FPSs on HD consoles.
FPSI? Plural?
FPSI.
Fair point. Anyway, although it's early days yet, after having a go on Reloaded, we can say it's looking like a worthwhile reboot that will bring a good game to a much bigger audience.
It'll also hopefully bring a bit of nostalgia with it and let a new generation of gamers see what they missed out on in the original N64 GoldenEye.
Like the legendary DK mode.
Now named Big Head mode.
Which will be returning.
Some of the challenge mission, modifiers are about changing the difficulty, other about just having fun, so we're still doing that, staying true to the original.
Unfortunately, though, you won't be able to give Bond a big head.
With Daniel Craig reprising his role, the developers seem to think giving him a massive bonce wasn't dignified or something like that.
He's Bond for today, and it's a very serious kind of Bond. He's a kind of great character, and we don't really want to go down that route, basically.
We have to admit, when we first heard the rumours of a new GoldenEye, we were holding out hope of a Pierce Brosnan return.
But sadly, he's still free to swan off and do Mamma Mia 2 or whatever.
Actually, that's been cancelled. Another great shame. I was looking forward to that as well.
Oh, Mamma Mia, here you go again.
GoldenEye Reloaded will also feature a new mode called MI6 Ops.
This will be made up of arcade-style challenges, including an assault mode where you storm a base.
I want to do a section called MI6 Oops, where they all fall over.
Who came out on top?
Elimination, kill as many bots in as little time as possible.
Stealth, completing a level without being seen.
And wave defense, which is downloading info from a computer while bots attack you, and not protective surfing, as we thought at first. Did you get wave defense?
Yeah, I get it. It's just really rubbish. FPS games these days are all about the multiplayer, and much like 007's license to kill, Eurocom have a creative license to entertain, thanks to half a century of the man on Her Majesty's Secret Service.
I think you should apply for a new creative license. Yours has clearly expired.
New modes, new maps, new missions, and definitely new characters, but we're not announcing which characters yet. But rest assured, they're going to be some great characters from 50 years of Bond.
Interesting. If they're not revealing who, of course that means we can speculate wildly.
And I'm anticipating we'll see Knick Knack, Blofeld's Cat, and Saruman the White.
Hard sell time, Dan.
Big up the hard sell.
Let's see if Mr. Steer was a Dr. Know-It-All or if he did an odd job.
That's clever. That's
Thanks.
genius.
Cheers.
So this is about bringing the legendary story of GoldenEye to the high-definition consoles for the first time, but not only going and updating the single-player game, but also revisiting multiplayer. So we have 16-player multiplayer online, 4-player split screen, and also adding MI6 operations, which is an entirely new feature that people want to play and replay and post high scores to the website and actually design their own challenges. So this is GoldenEye high-definition.
Repetition there. He should have kept his jaws closed. I'm here a week, tip your waitress.
You know, we actually got through this section with far fewer Bond cliches than I was expecting. I'm in shock.
Ah, you could say you're shaken, not
Don't.
shaken,
No. Don't.
not stirred. And finally, Nintendo have been flaunting some of their upcoming titles, so we sent Wes to have a go and report back on what looks hot and what looks like a pile of manure.
Whoa, hang on. Who's Wes?
There isn't a Wes, it's an acronym I made up for Work Experience Sam.
Whoa, we had a work experience guy.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking, but no, I'm not hanging out, pimping out my ride. I'm at Nintendo's post-E3 event, and those aren't my skid marks.
Wait, I thought I was watching comedian and broadcaster Ian Lee.
Nope, easy mistake to make. That was in fact Work Experience Sam.
But wasn't he one of the guys playing Modern Warfare 3 earlier in the show?
No, that was Ian Lee.
Someone's head just exploded in my face. I am literally Zelda. I am Zelda.
Are you Sam?
Are you a blonde princess with a pretty pink dress?
Are you Zelda?
Are you really?
Mario and Sonic, London 2012. They probably won't be there for the real thing, but they're here now. I'm just bouncing off clouds and balloons for the long jump. You never see this. I didn't win the long jump in the Mario Sonic Olympics. Dr. Eggman did. I was Wario and I died. I've never seen that in the real Olympics, but it was a lot of fun. Playing Kid Icarus, who melted wings to his back with a candle in an attempt to fly. He didn't succeed, but in this game he's actually very good at flying. And I'm fighting Medusa with all her snakes. It's actually very good. But I'm not very good.
Very critical of himself, isn't he?
Probably because you were calling him Ian for 2 weeks.
Well, you were calling him Wes.
I was.
You Wes.
I Wes.
This is brilliant in 3D. Works very well. This is very good. Although I'm into 6, which I don't like. Wario doesn't possess that pace. Out the way, Luigi. Your big brother's coming through. There we go. Across the line. Winner. Some things never change. I'm a winner. I've made this up. I'm actually in last.
Ian Lee there, test driving Nintendo's new titles.
That's not his name.
Oh yeah, sorry, I meant Wes.
Someone's head just exploded in my face.
That's all for this week from Game On.
Your next mission, should you choose to accept it, is to like us at facebook.com/GameOnTV and follow us on Twitter.
You know that was a Mission Impossible reference, right? Not a James Bond reference.
They're all secret agents, man.
No, his name's Bond. James Bond.
More gaming god-awful quotes next week.
It's nothing to do with World of Warcraft.
Oh no, I just meant like, wow. Wow, Christopher Walken playing.
It's Christopher Walken. That was a terrible impression.
Nintendo what?
Nintendo, what? Not. And Grill Infinity Ward's create. Did we grill him?
Like a cheese sandwich.
Grilled cheese.
As funny as it's ever going to get.
As funny as it's ever going to get. But that's the best part.
It's your sex pest
My
voice.
sex pest voice. It's my SPV. Right. We should have done bowling with bowling.
Oh, we should.
Next time we're talking to you, you've clearly missed the big announcement. Can't have been if I the bigger bagger, the bagger. I'm just going to say.
Can we just put Tina Turner in for this whole section?
Probably best. So we met up with Activision producer James Steer to get the steer on when. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Bond. And anyway, clearly, using my secret. Brilliant.
Secret Suka agent.
So basically, it's the game that last year's Activision's thing. I've lost words. Okay. We have to admit, when we first heard the rumours of a new GoldenEye, we were holding out for hopes. Holding out hope? We have to admit, when we first heard the rumours of a new GoldenEye, we were holding out for the return of Pierce Brosnan. We have to admit, when we first heard the rumours of new GoldenEye, we were hoping... Oh, sorry. We have to admit, when we first heard the rumours of a new GoldenEye, we were holding out for the hopes... For goodness sake, we were hoping for the return. Now, we have to admit, when we first heard the rumours of a new GoldenEye... Did you say something? No. How weird.
You're such a mental block on this section.
Okay. I do now. God, let me work.
Oh, I liked it.
Port back on what looks hot and what looks like a pile of manure. What are you laughing at?
Pile of manure.
Right, let's do this. Yeah, easy mistake to make. So it isn't actually wrong. No, that was Ian Lee. No, that was Ian Lee. No, I'm sorry, I smiled.
Wait, I thought I was watching comedian and broadcaster...
Oh, come on.
Wait, I thought I was watching comedian and broadcast...
No, have we got it? Do you think we've got it? Because we're not going to be able to do this. Last time.
Once more.
Think of a dead relative. It's not funny.
It was your face. I can't look at you in any way.
Okay, I have got a very funny face.